Hey, how's it hanging, beautiful people? Doc back again, once again. Travel update, ladies and gentlemen. Travel update, and this is coming from a very, very reliable source. All right. First time to the channel, get the likes up, do the normal activities. All right. So here's the conundrum, and here's the interesting fact about traveling to the Philippines as we speak. This is something that we've already talked about, but I feel like it's better noted when an experience happens and I'm able to share with you guys what's going on, okay? So, officially today is May 11th, 2021. Right? So this video will be dated. Um May 11th, 2021, my father was on his way to the Philippines, and when he made it to the ATL, when they realized that his iCard had not been renewed, apparently they shut him down. Unfortunately. So my father was like, can I get a letter from the consulate? What can I do to go ahead and get in and get it paid for? Apparently he had to have it paid for and had to have it already authenticated because he could not do that at the airport, which is what he was told in the beginning. Again, guys, when it comes to listening to some of these Philippine authorities, guys, sometimes the misinformation is baffling. So that's why when we talk about they talking about the country being open, we're pretty much like, well, is it really open? Or is there some strings attached to the word open when we come to the Philippines? Again, these are things that we have talked about, okay? So basically, it's not as open as you think. And remember, I said specifically that you had to have a valid visa in order for you to get into the country. Had my father's ACR card or iCard already been valid and authenticated, I doubt there would have been any problem with him getting in the country. But he got to the ATL and they said, look, man, we can't let you in right now. You can't. Should you travel with your wife? Should you be traveling with your daughter? Absolutely no problem for you to get into the Philippines. But since it's you, by yourself, and you're traveling alone, your iCard is expired, we can't let you in. So negate that shit out the gate. Now, I told you guys I was gonna bring you the information, and when the information came, and it came full force, ladies and gentlemen. And my brother, who was also planning to make the trip over there as well around the 15th, we got to make sure that the word gets out that don't even waste your time. So what really baffles me is it seems that they're allowing people to still purchase tickets. This is a problem for me because it seems like they're still allowing people to purchase tickets. And when you get to your, what I like to refer to as your international hub, or the place that's going to take you overseas or specifically take you to the Philippines, that is the time when they're telling you, oh, well, you can't travel here, or you can't do that, or you can't do this, apparently. And I think that that really makes no sense at all, that you're allowing people to buy tickets, allowing them to think that they can get in, but yet and still shutting them down when they get to their destination. Now imagine my brother, he's flying from South Korea to the Philippines. That should be one direct flight. Had he gotten to the gate, or had he even gotten into the airport and they say, oh, you can't fly, and my man had to travel like an hour and a half outside the city just to get to the airport, imagine a person's dismay when they got to go through shit like that. So I'm really starting to have conflicting views about the way the Philippines is handling this situation. As a foreigner who is adamant about travel to the country, this whole situation and the way they're handling it, it's very, very bad. But, out of all of this shenanigans, after all of everything that's going on in the world right now, out of all the places and people who can't actually get into the country, I think I have potentially found a loophole that is usually just beneficial for myself, guys. Let me make sure I note that. That could potentially be for myself. And it happened as a result of a conversation my father was having with some people. And if I want to go to the Philippines, this will probably be the only way that I'd be able to get in. As you guys know, my father is married to a Filipino, born and raised. If my stepmother adopts me, that's my entry. If my stepmother was to adopt me, a grown-ass 30-plus-year-old man, I shouldn't have any problems getting into the country. Now, what's crazy is there is no statute of limitations. There is no date as to how old you can be in order to be adopted. If I was fucking 50 and they were like in their 70s, 80s or whatnot, I can still be adopted. You feel me? So riddle me this, Batman. Is it worth it to even go through the adoption process? Yes, it is, to make it more official than a whistle. But is it worth it to travel to the Philippines right now? With the way things are going, is it really worth it to even remotely waste your time trying to even get into the country? And that's the question that I struggle with. And after they, had a situation with my father, it made me think a lot about, really, this just does not seem like a place where a lot of people are wanting to go. And you might hear me on videos back and forth, and this is just one of these videos where I'm just conflicted about the entire identity or my entire, understanding of whether I really want to go here or not. And I'll run it through my mind time and time again. But there's a video that was shared with me that I want you guys to check out. That'll be listed in the link in the description area below. If I didn't link it, my bad. I'll try to put it in as soon as possible. But there's a video, or I'll pin it in the top comment. There's a video that was shared to me by my fellow brethren. Somebody hit me up in an email. And, with all of the rules and regulations and restrictions and things that the Philippine government is doing, they absolutely have no idea what it's doing to their people, let alone foreigners that are really trying to get with their significant others. All right. From a foreigner perspective only, let's talk about it. We're just trying to get to, if we have a significant other in the country, we're just trying to get to them. Okay? If you have kids with this significant other, you're just trying to get to them. But it seems as though these rules, regulations, and restrictions that the Philippine government is putting on and who they're allowing to come in and come out is really tearing apart Filipino families. Not just us as foreigners just looking at it to enjoy a good vacation with somebody, but tearing apart real families, people who have had kids in the Philippines that they haven't seen yet because of this shit. There's so much going on behind the scenes that it's very fucking depressing. In this video, it shows a lot of snapshots and screenshots, and I hope you guys paused it a little bit so that you can read what these people are writing in their comment sections and stuff like that. This is coming from tweets. This is coming from YouTube comments at the bottom. People who are frustrated talking about, why did I ever get married to a Filipina? Oh my God, I had a kid that's 9 months old. He doesn't even know what his father looks like. I mean, there are some really devastating things that these people are saying, and the shit'll break your heart, bruh. And it's all because of the way that the Philippines is regulating what they're doing in the country. I know what they're doing, and I know what they're trying to do. I know what they're trying to accomplish, but really, I believe that it's doing more harm than good. It feels like it's doing a lot more harm than it's benefiting the people. Because you're telling people you can't travel because of this, and this. And rightfully so. If you're trying to curb the the rate of people, who are catching this thing, it could basically be, that would be the justification behind it. You're just trying to curb the, rate of attraction or whatever the fuck it is. The rate of, people getting shit. I'm sorry. Mind drawing a blank. I'm sorry. But now you're making a whole entire group of individuals suffer as a result. That's what really fucks with me right now. Because you're making a whole group of people just suffer through not being able to be around their people because all you're trying to do is, prevent, something from spreading. But you haven't really been doing a good job of doing that. It's killing me because all of the GCQs and ECQs and the shit still spreading. You've shut down the country a lot of times, okay? Davao has been shut down probably more times than I can count. General quarantines, extreme quarantines, nobody's leaving, days out you can go out, people wearing their masks, people getting fined for doing this. All of this shit doesn't seem to be working. So everybody else gotta suffer because of it? I don't know about y'all, man, but that shit seems a bit real. That shit seems really fucked up to me. But again, I'm just a person on the outside looking in. I'm just the foreign man just on the outside looking in. Filipinos are speaking up for that shit for themselves. They don't need me to co-sign that shit. But it does seem a bit crazy that people are still having a hard time getting in, even though they are Filipino citizens. I didn't think that was even possible. I'm thinking to myself, how are these people even still having trouble going in? I can understand somebody like me or somebody like you. I can get that 100%, 100%, 100%. I know why y'all don't want us in. Okay, unfortunately, I know why you don't want us in. But how come you're not letting your people in? What is it that is going on where these people are, OFWs or whatever they are? You know, why are they not allowed to come in? As far as I read online, man, it seemed like everybody was good to go as long as you were a Filipino citizen. But apparently there's an underlying factor that we're missing here that has still got people in their feelings, and they still got people, you know, I don't know, man. There's still something that's keeping them from traveling, you know? And like I said, man, where there's a will, there's a way. But there's always a plan B if there is no plan A. You dig? So we'll have to figure out how this one plays out, ladies and gentlemen. But I just want to get that one off my chest real quick, man. I hate the way this thing is light as fuck right now. I don't get it. But we're back to business, ladies and gentlemen. And again, it'll be on to the next one. You know, just wanted to get this one off my chest. Yep. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed, man. Doc is out. Peace.